We have the second startup, which is Pivot Chain Solutions Technology Private Limited, and we're joined here by Deepak Rao.
Thank you, ma'am, and very good evening to Rajesh sir, Apoorva ma'am, and to all the startups who are present here, and Aditi and Chetan as a wonderful introduction to the company. So, fortunately, my fellow co-founder Yogendra is not here, Yogendra Singh, but I'm happy to represent Pivot Chain. So, first of all, sincere thank you for recognizing this, and we are very proud Pune startup. So our area of focus is into security and surveillance. This is the space which we work in. Just to give a quick background about myself, I come from a pretty much an investment banking background. Born and brought up in Bangalore, but as I said to Apoorva ma'am earlier, for all practical reasons, I'm a Punekar. This is my karma bhumi. This is where my family lives, and this is where my kids go to school. And we love the city, and this is the city of entrepreneurs of future for sure. So just to give a quick introduction, right? So I come from an investment banking culture. So I used to work in investment bank in Mumbai. How many of you are not aware about 2611 Ajmal Kasab event that happened in Mumbai? How many of you are not aware? All of us are aware. 1 week before that event occurred, me and my pregnant wife, we were in Trident Hotel. Just 1 week before. So if the timing was a week here and there, possibly we could have been one of the victims, and I probably wouldn't be standing here, possibly, right? So that event, it left a huge mark on me. My wife was pregnant, and we literally had, the child was delivered in 10 days, right? My son, my first son. So there's something very personal about this, right? So security space, if you see the security state of, not just globally, but let's just take within India, right? It's a 15,000 kilometers of border, and we live in a very interesting neighborhood. There's no question about that, right? So we have like 7,500 kilometers of coastal border, and we have another 15,000 of land border, and as diverse as it can get. You have from desert to snow-capped mountains to dense jungle to arid regions and deep sea, shallow waters, everything imaginable you find in all our borders. Now that's on the external security, but you look into the internal security as well. This country has its own challenges, which we've been doing to the level best possible extent we can, right? So Pivot Chain Solutions, we are product driven. It helps quite a lot of industries, especially aviation, homeland security, border, and some sensitive departments, where we help detect event recognition, which stops or which highlights an event the moment it occurs. So our belief is like the faster the response time, your impact radius is less. So if you go back to the same 2611, the problem was not that it took that lone wolf could come and create havoc in Mumbai, right? The problem was it took 3 days for us as a nation. You could have like 5 to 6 illiterate kids coming from our neighborhood and create havoc in the financial capital, and for all practical purposes, the most important city in this country. Just 5 to 6 illiterate kids, right? It took 3 days for us to subdue them. This challenge was what? It is not lack of information or lack of willpower to subdue them, or lack of capability. This country is fairly strong, and it's fairly capable of handling those kind of events. The challenge was the lack of information available, where we could not convert the entire state of Mumbai and its security apparatus as one unit. So there would be an event somewhere in Churchgate. By the time you complete that, that guys would hijack another car, they would be in another place. And by the time somebody addresses here, they would go to another place. So this kept on going for 2 to 3 days, and they created a mayhem over cities. Is this something, if they were stopped at, let's say, Mumbai when they came in their dingies, if we could stop them, would the impact have been this big? Probably a little lesser, right? If we could save a few lives, if we could cut down the impact. So that was the impetus. So today, Pivot Chain Solution is working with quite a lot of aviation sectors, and also in police and shipping and banks. So as I mentioned, if you see, look into India. So there are like 3.5 lakh ATMs, right? So there's close to 4 million, 4.5 million cameras live today. How many of them are monitored manually? I can tell you less than 1%. But end of the day, your security is as secure as the weakest link, right? So what we do is Raven automates automation of the entire surveillance technology. So you don't have to manually monitor them. they monitor, and they give you insights, so you act upon it, right? So we do this with banks, shipping, aviation, and also with governments. So we are a Pune-based, and in fact, I was telling to ma'am earlier, we have a lot of our colleagues and even ex-colleagues are from this particular university. It's been a bed of talent pool for us, and we are also in discussion with ma'am, and hopefully, ma'am, with your approval and so with your approval, we get to engage more at a research level. So we are one of the few companies in India who are working on AI, especially in the area of secure tech. Right, secure tech is a huge sector, and that's not been addressed. There's no reason why Palantir can exist in US, or Elbit can exist in Israel, or Huawei can exist in China, but not in India. There's no reason it cannot. It's not the talent, it's not the capital. It's just the pehli pehl honi chahiye, right? And we think Pune has all the ingredients to build a large ecosystem, not just Pivot Chain, but companies like Pivot Chain who might be better than us, who might be equal to us in all shapes and forms. I think we have a huge opportunity here, and we would like to thank you for acknowledging this. This is very motivating for all of us on behalf of the Pivot Chain team and all the startups. Thank you very much.